What's going on? Welcome to another session today. Today with our FPM guided mobility, we are going to focus our attention on the hips and wrists. So let's start by finding a nice comfy spot on your back, face up. Take your attention to your breathing. Finding that pace that allows you to find calm. And that might be a 4 count in with a quick pause and a 4 count out and a quick pause holding the breath out. But if counting your breath is going to add any stress, let's not bother. Let's just find a pace that allows you to stay nice and calm with a clear mind, ready to let that body settle down and allow us for better movement. Let's take a quick scan in through those hips. So taking your attention on your next exhale, on relaxing through those quads, through those outer thighs, through those hamstrings, through those glutes. Feeling those hips just sink into your mat. We'll take a couple of breaths focusing in on the shoulders, relaxing through the traps as you exhale, feeling those shoulders get heavy, those hands let go of any tension, and just mentally staying in your happy place. Let's take one more breath. Slowly sigh out that breath. And move into a left hamstring release. So you can do this on the floor. We find it easiest to access if you find a hard surface to sit on, like a bench or a box. Whatever you have handy, just let yourself sit or lie on top of that lacrosse ball. Search through that hamstring for tension and start to slowly let go of tension. Keeping your focus on your breathing. As you exhale, let those hamstrings let go of tension. Keeping a nice, calm, relaxing headspace. Letting your breath calm your mind, and letting your mind calm your hamstring. Directing that air deep, feeling that belly inhale. And slowly let that air out through the nose. Mentally staying in your happy place. Staying in a nice calming rhythm with your breath. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll shift our attention to the right hamstring. So you might find tension up tight to the glute. You might find tension in closer to in behind the knee. You might find it somewhere in the middle of the muscle belly. It's going to be a little different for everyone. So just search for where you're carrying tension today. And then settle into the right pressure, the right stimulus to let that hamstring settle down and let go of tension. Once you've found that right location, that right amount of tension, focus yourself back on your breath. Focus on quality breathing, directing the air deep, and slowly letting go of that air through the nose. And throughout the course of this minute and a half, just let that hamstring submit. Just feel it deflate. Get nice and soft. And feel your head start to relax. Mentally staying in that happy place. Let's take one more breath here. Let's sigh out that breath. Now move into a left side TFL. So your TFL sits right beside your left hip flexor. So if you just lie slightly onto your side, find that crease of the hip, your TFL area is around there. And if you're not an anatomy person, don't worry about the names, just worry about the area. Look for something tense in that area. Do some searching for where you need attention, the angle that needs attention, and then settle into that right amount of pressure. You can leverage yourself into it if you need a little more pressure today. Generally, the higher pressure we can apply, the bigger release we get. But we don't want to go so much pressure that we start to get into pain. So find that happy medium, find that right level of pressure that lets that hamstring settle down, allows your mind to stay calm, and allows as many of your muscles around your body to stay calm. Let's take one more long, slow, relaxing inhale here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and take your time switching sides. So we'll look into how this right TFL is feeling. Do some searching in around that crease, off to the side, look for what needs attention. And when you found the right spot, settle into the right amount of pressure, staying mentally nice and relaxed. Keeping the target tissue synced to your breathing if you can. As you exhale that air, imagine exhaling the tension from that TFL area with it. And just submit to the release. Focus on quality breaths, staying present, enjoying the moment, and doing your best to find calm. Letting go of any stress that might be lingering. Keeping your attention on your breath. Let's take one more long, slow inhale here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll move into a left side supine hip internal rotation stretch. So the idea with this, if we start sitting up on your butt, let your knees drop off to your right side, stack your right foot on top of your left knee. Feel for a stretch that's going to feel pretty deep into the hip socket. And then just gently lean back and lean back into it as much hip extension as your body can handle pain-free. This might be a little uncomfortable. If you feel any discomfort in the knee, just shuffle your position. Experiment with that knee angle until you find an angle and stimulus that lets you target that hip. And in a few seconds, we'll gently get active. And as we get active, we'll do that with our attention on that left heel, gently pressing that heel down. And let's go ahead, starting nice and easy, pressing that left heel into the floor, slowly ramping up tension as we go. Big tension here towards the end. 3, 2, 1, and let's gently reverse that. Imagine trying to lift that left heel off the ground, reversing, pulling that stretch, pulling deeper into that stretch, slowly ramping up tension. Let's go with big tension here to finish up. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Let's fall back into that passive pose. You may find you're a little deeper into the stretch now. And if not, that's okay. Just let your body fall into whatever position feels right. Focusing back on your breathing, relaxing through that hip. Focusing on quality breaths. Let's take one more breath here. Slowly sigh it out. And we'll switch sides. So if we start sitting on your butt, legs bent at 90, drop the knees off to the left side, stack your left heel on top of your right knee, gently lean towards your right heel, and then gently leaning back into a supine position, and just being aware of how your body's reacting here. If something's tensing up, something is not feeling right, if it's tight or painful, just back off. Find a version of this stretch that your body's gonna be okay with for today. Staying nice and calm and relaxed mentally. In a few seconds, we'll gently get active by taking our attention to that right heel. And let's start by gently pressing that right heel into the floor, slowly ramping up tension as we go. And let's add some big tension here to finish up. 3, 2, 1, and gently reverse that. Imagine pulling that right heel up to the sky, pulling further into that stretch. Let's slowly ramp up that tension, and hard as we can for these last 5. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Calming that hip, finding a nice neutral position where you're still feeling a stretch. And if we're finding depth in the stretch now, it's by relaxing, not by forcing. Keeping your attention on your breath and relaxing through that hip. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll move into a seated fold. So sitting up on your butt again, legs extended out in front, gently leaning your torso down, grabbing hold of your knees or your shins or your ankles, or if you have the room for it, all the way down to your toes. Imagine dropping your chest towards your ankles in whatever position feels right. Nothing super forceful. Just let your body find whatever stretch feels right for today. Settling back to your breathing. Letting your breath calm your mind. And letting your mind calm those hamstrings. And letting your body just submit to that stretch. In a few seconds here, we'll get active. So as we get active, gently pressing those heels down into the floor. And here we go. Gently reversing the stretch. Imagine sitting up out of it, holding onto those ankles if you need to. Slowly ramping up tension as we go. Big tension here for the last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse that. Squeeze through the abs, through the hip flexors. Slowly ramp up tension as we go. Really squeezing to finish up. Big tension for the last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Let's fall back in that passive pose. Let the torso fall wherever it falls. Just submitting to the stretch. Focusing back on your breathing. Going back to your happy place. Let's take one more breath here. Fill the belly in through the nose, slowly out through the nose. And we'll take our attention to the left forearm flexors. So the flexors are on your palm side of your forearm. And we use your lacrosse ball. And we'll just use your right hand to apply some pressure on top of your left arm. Do some searching through that forearm, looking for where you're carrying tension. And then lean into as much tension as we can handle today without pain. Mentally staying relaxed. Letting those hands slowly relax. Letting that forearm submit to the stretch. And keeping just the right amount of tension to let that forearm settle down. and start to release. If you can, syncing your breath to your forearm muscles as you let go of air through the lungs. Imagine letting go of tension through your forearm, through your hands, through your fingertips. Staying nice and calm mentally. Let's take one more breath here. Slowly let go of that air, and we'll switch into the right arm. So again, the palm side of your right forearm, so your palm should be face down towards the floor, towards your lacrosse ball. Get some pressure on that forearm. Find the right amount of pressure that feels right for today. If we're feeling pain, or if some adjacent tissue is starting to tense up, we're going a little too hard with that pressure. So just be sensitive to how your body's reacting. Find that right amount of tension, that right amount of pressure, to let that forearm and hand complex all just settle down and open up for better movement. Centering yourself back on your breath. That nice, calm, relaxing pace of your breath. Focusing on quality breaths, slowly in, feeling that belly rise. Let's take one more breath here, slowly in through the nose, slowly out through the nose. And we'll move into some wrist extension. So we're gonna go tabletop version here. Your palms are gonna be on the floor with your fingertips towards your knees, and gently lean towards your heels to whatever your body allows for tension right now. If this is uncomfortable, you don't even have to go to 90 degrees. You can actually lean your shoulders slightly in front of your wrists. Just find the right amount of stretch that feels right for today, where you're feeling that stretching sensation through those forearm flexors. Focusing on your breath, staying nice and relaxed, relaxing through that forearm as you let go of air. And in a few seconds, we'll gently get active by pressing into the palms, pressing into the pads of your fingers. And let's go ahead, starting nice and easy, gently activating the opposite direction of the stretch, slowly ramping up tension. Let's go with big tension here for the last 5, 3, 2, 1, and let's gently reverse that stretch, squeezing through those wrist forearms, gently pulling yourself deeper into that stretch, slowly ramping up tension as we go. Big tension to finish up. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Get nice and passive. Relax and submit to that stretch. Fall back to your happy place mentally. Nice calming vibes. Let's take one more long, slow, soothing breath in here. Nice silky smooth exhale. And that today is a wrap. Thanks so much for coming out. Hope your hips are feeling nice. Hope those forearms are feeling nice and loose. If you liked the video today, don't forget to subscribe and like. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.